So we're gonna head over to my itch.io and go straight to my Christmas deck extension. We're gonna download the file. You can decide to donate, but you don't have to. You can say no thanks, just take me to the downloads. Download the file. Direct a place to download. I suggest SAMMI Core because that's where it's gonna have to go anyways. It could be SAMMI, it could be SAMMI Core, but it is your main SAMMI directory. We're gonna extract the file in this directory. Now we're going to double check the file because sometimes it has a double folder name, and it has. So we're just going to take the folder and we're going to overwrite this one. So what we have to do is download it or drag it over this and it overwrites it completely. So we can just go into one and then there's everything. And you need to do that. So now we're going to make sure OBS and SAMMI is running. And I already have them up, so we can install the extension into SAMMI. Now when you see this, don't worry, all you gotta do is save and then reset SAMMI and all of the images should appear. If not, it's not a big deal, you can change them to whatever you want, but I also do have ornaments that are supposed to be there and the files are available for you to switch them out to whatever you want. So once you have this point, we can go ahead and create the scene in OBS. So since we already have OBS running, now we gotta go over to the create scene button. And then all we have to do is press run and it'll create the two scenes that we need in our OBS. As you can see, I only have my main scene here and nothing else there. So I'm going to hit run and then we'll have two new scenes that are generated within OBS. And there they are, Tony's Christmas Games and Tony's Christmas. Tony's Christmas has the tree in it, everything related to the tree, and then Tony's Christmas Games has all these sources with the snow and the elf and the naughty list and all the stuff that we'll be checking out later. But here I can show you that things are there. They're just currently not visible. Here's the snow, super pretty, especially with the black background. The creepy little elf, all that stuff. So they're here. So now all we gotta do is nest the scenes. So you can just, put them into whatever scenes you want, like so. But I actually personally don't usually do things this way unless I need to for other things. I personally am a downstream here guy. So let's put this tree above the game so that way you can see the tree in front of the snow and stuff. So like turn on the snow flurry, and here's the tree and the flurry going on in the main scene. You can see both of them. So I'm going to delete these. And then I actually like to use downstream here. So on my main OBS, I have a scene called Alerts. And this has every single thing that I like to have on my stream. As far as alerts or mini games or whatever I have. It's always basically nested in my alerts and visible on every single scene. So I could be, right now I usually only have one scene, but my setup is made to where I can have one scene, but set it up where my camera's in different places and do everything I need to. But yeah, downstream here is my favorite thing. As you can see here, you can see everything in every single scene we switch to. It doesn't matter what scene you're in, you can see everything that was nested inside of alerts because of downstream here. Alright, now we're going to show off the snow flurry and the snow pile. So with the snow flurry, you can set the different time for how many minutes you want it to take for it to reach the top of the stream. I have it set to 1 minute for now, but you could do 2 hours, you could do 1 hour. But for the sake of testing, we're going to set it to 1 hour, or 1 minute, sorry, so that way we can see it really quickly rise. And then I can show off the channel point redemptions that are made for chat to interact with the snow. So here we go. We run it with the button, but you can also run it with a command named Flurry. I can show you here, it's Flurry, and it also starts by itself every time this Twitch stream starts. We're gonna have to move the chat so we can do this. Can't really see it. Alright, so we're gonna do shovel snow first because it doesn't do that much snow compared to the plow, which does all the snow that you can visibly see. So this right here, chat can work together on getting rid of the snow. Or somebody can save up enough to do the plow, and even if it's at the top of the screen, it'll remove every single little bit of snow. and it won't stop until it has gone below the bottom of the stream. Okay. Now we're going to move on to the tree. So we're going to show how to show and hide and grow and shrink. I already have mine set up as far as where I want my small version of the tree at, but there is explanations in the button on how to do that. But however, basically you just have to drag the scene, the nested scene, into whatever corner or size you want, and then you just do a move tree command. But here we do the show tree command, as well as clicking the button's run button, and it will just toggle the tree to appear or disappear. This one is the grow shrink. As I said, I already have mine sized, but in here you would toggle on the correct box depending on if you're using downstream here or just nesting it in multiple scenes, and set up all the information. And again, it has the ability to be ran within the button by using the run button, or you can use a command that's set up. And the cool thing about this is it'll always go back to a saved position, so even if you move the tree, it'll always work. And you can reset the position if you want to move it later on, you don't like where it's at, you can use the move tree command again, and it'll save its current position, so that way the toggle works. And there's the tree toggle command. Alright, so now we're going to show off the ornament commands. There's 3 of them. Well, 2 of them are commands, one of them is a channel point redemption. This one has a mod only and also a chat allowed command. This one is just anybody can use it. And then as I said, this one is for a channel point redemption. So anybody that's a chatter wants to use a channel point, they can use that to recolor the ornament. So for repositioning the ornament, the mod only allows you to reposition somebody else's ornament. We have it mod only so that way people can't just move people's ornaments all the time, but they can move their own. This one, the recolor needs to have the input values. So if we use this command to show the tree again, we can have it front and center so we can see me use this command a lot easier. You use the ornament command with no name, it shows mine off, but if I use another person's name that I know is on the tree, it'll also show theirs. If you use somebody's name that's not on the tree, it'll just let you know. Here we're going to use Moose's. This is the 3rd one that's on the tree. And you don't even need this @ symbol technically, you could just do it with the name itself. Now we're going to use the reposition. Again, if you do it without a name, it'll reposition your own ornament if it exists. Or you could use a name and it'll reposition their ornament instead. And that only works if you're a moderator or a streamer. Here you can see me moving Moose Kings around after I moved mine around all over the place. And recolor. Everything's in the description that you need to know. I made it available to be copy and pasted, or you can customize as you like, but the numbers never change. I already have an orange ornament, so we're going to change it to 1 for green. So all I have to do is enter 1 here, and then send it through. And now my ornament is green. You can kind of already see it there if you were paying attention, but we can just go ahead and use the command a couple times, and we can show off my ornament. It is no longer orange, it is now green. And that's all 3 of those ornament things. So now we can move on to testing things. As far as showing off gifts, ornaments, and bits. Just to see if everything's working out correctly. So in here, we can use the tree command so we can see the tree and then we can center it. And all you have to do is fill out this information. I have my name in right now, but you can use anybody's name. You don't even have to put a real name at all. And there's a random number command just to make a random present size. I can see a present here doing a little animation. It'll run that animation every time a new one is created. Here you have a medium-sized present. And the amount of gift subs that come through change the size of the present. And as you can see, we have another little small one. And to reset some of this stuff during testing, The ornaments and gift subs, all you have to do is go back to the original scene and delete it. Here we're going to show my ornament, but it's probably going to just move mine a little bit and then zoom in and out because I already have one that exists. If you didn't have one that existed already, or you changed the name to something else, it would create a whole new ornament. But it just does exactly the same thing as a zoom as far as animation and puts it on a random place of the tree. And again, you can just go in and delete that from the original scene if you don't want it anymore after testing. In here, all you have to do is add a positive number, not a negative. Negative is for later. To here, and it will add that number to the top of the tree. And you can make a new number and just run it again, and it'll just add to the previous amount on the top of the tree. And this tracks all the bits donated throughout the month of December. That's the intended goal with this. You and chat can keep track of bits donated at the top of the tree. And then all we have to do is add a negative number here, and it'll decrease everything that we added for testing, and then we can go back to a blank slate. Alright, so we have the elf run and elf guess buttons. This is the elf game. The elf, I recommend a half a second to a full second, but we have at 2 seconds now just for testing purposes. But a little elf will peep out of the corner of the stream and run across with a present in his hands and a letter in the present. And if you guess it correctly, you get one of the points or one of the prizes listed inside of this list. Here's the trigger, but you can change it. You just have to have that star. And the trigger for the elf run is just based on time. And right now it's set to every hour, but you can change that. It is milliseconds. So if we just run it really quick, we'll see and hear the elf come out. And it's a D, so I'm just going to guess elf D. And I should win a prize. So now we have Naughty or Nice. This is the last minigame. Naughty or Nice lets chat vote on another follower of the channel to be naughty or nice. These votes are unlimited, and you can also vote the same person an unlimited amount of times. It's completely anonymous. As you can see here, one of these has an empty space after the name. This separates it in chat, but it also is completely unrecognizable. So it may look like you're voting nice, it may look like you're voting naughty. All they'll know is that their name is in the message. Here's a setting to control if the files get deleted or not, and this is to give the streamer the option to either do daily checks, weekly checks, or one check at the end of the month to see who was the naughtiest or the nicest. So we're going to go ahead and do a couple votes here and generate some lists. Right now we don't have any lists made, but we're going to vote nice for Kalina Cole, and then we're going to vote naughty for Muski. And then we can go check the folders in the original download. And there should be 2 documents inside the Naughty or Nice folder. One for nice, one for naughty. If we check them, we can see exactly what I just did. Voted for Kalina to be nice, voted for Moosking to be naughty. And one of the fun secrets that comes with this is if I try to vote myself nice, it'll actually turn around and vote myself naughty. And this is to prevent spam. Some people might want to just spend all their points over and over again, making themselves nice, and without their knowledge, they will actually make themselves naughtier and naughtier and naughtier as time goes on, and they keep doing it. This is completely unrecognizable in chat as well. They will not know that that's happening. And if you try to vote yourself as naughty, it tells you to stop self-loading. Because why do you hate yourself, my friend? Don't do that. So after we make these lists, now we can go actually count them up and see who's naughtiest and who's nicest. So all you have to do is go into this button right here and click run. You can set up a command to do this. You just have to make sure that it's mod only, but I'm going to click run instead. And here you can see nicest is Kalina Cole and naughtiest is me and Moosking because we tied. So that's Naughty or Nice, and that is my extension.